All right, welcome back to this wonderful channel. Ụfọdụ ndị iche na-ejidere ọhamadike, ụfọdụ ndị iche na-ejidere the susu master, ụfọdụ ndị iche na-ejidere the prime minister, mana prime minister nọ n'ụlọ na-aṅụ tii, nwoke nọ n'ụlọ na-akụ achọ. The weekend daily. Ekene m gị. Nakwanụ m anya. Ụfọdụ ndị iche na ọhamadike nọ n'ime ọhamadike 2 of ndị Igbo. Akụ na-atakasị 1 na Ebonyi steeti. Onye ndu Omife Ọdịmma, the wise man. If to say that we are in the olden days, when wisdom were recorded, when activities of men were well recorded, I think that by now Ekpa should be one of the wisest, because he took a falling plane and flew it to the peak is still surprising to me, and everybody, even the world at large, that brought about this recent conspiracy propaganda news of his disappearance, his arrest or detention by the Finnish government, of which that some of these people who are peddling this news, this information, don't even know that Ekpa is a big fish, and not just a big fish, a bigger fish in Finland. I saw a video posted on X. I had the Finland president saying that he understands the struggle. He understands the struggle for independence. It's more like paying penance for other people's sin, other people's mistake, because our fathers, the olden ones, made the mistake when Nigeria was supposed to be a confederal government, of which by now, that if Nigeria became a confederal government, it would have been easy for secession. But people like Nnamdi Azikiwe and a lot of Ndi Igbo stood against it without looking far to see what the future upholds. And as at that time, a lot of all the mineral resources that exist today in Nigeria has not yet been founded, even though that those days there was mining of coal in Enugu and places like Ohajidem where oil were found, but there was no proper information that could show that there were mass, that place could give a mass produce of oil that could last for years. And when people who had not the sight, the Yorubas, the Hausas, who thought that the brighter future was on their path, then because of how they were being handled by the whites, of course all the powers were almost given to them, because when the white man came, he approached the emirates, the emirs, and he found out that when the emirs call for a meeting, everybody comes out to answer the emir. He went to the Yorubas. He found out that when the Obas call for a meeting, all the villagers tremble because the Oba is calling. And when the white man came down to the part of the Igbo land, he found out that Igbo people were already democratic in nature. They are not the kind of people whereby you just rule anyhow. They were very democratic in nature, that there were division of powers. What we are reading today in government, where you see the division of powers, where you see arms of government and all these things, the executive, the legislature, the judiciary. It happened that, to the surprising of the white man, that Igbo man had already been practicing this democratic system of government. And when the white man came, he was very surprised, because when he called for a meeting, you find out that if you call for a meeting in Abia State, you don't have the right to cajole the people in Anambra to come and attend your meeting, or maybe you call for a meeting in another village. For you to be able to bring all these people together to answer you at once, you have to meet their kings one by one. And when the white man found out this thing, he knew that he was up for a big game, a big task, because Ndi Igbo were not the kind of people you could control just like that. Just like the houses that the emir will give a call, everybody will come. the Yorubas, the Oba will give a call, everybody will tremble. But in Igbo, people have, in different places, they have their Eze, they have their Igwe. And in these Igwes, they have the kings, they have the kingsmen, they also have the age grade, they have the Umuadas. These are division of government that Igbos operated then. Even as at now, it is still in existence. Where you have the Umuadas, where you have the Umunna, where you also have the Umunna, that's the kingsmen, where you also have the Ndi Unyomudi, Umuinyom. These are the wives, co-wives organization. If you put it in English, this can be called co-wives organization. They have the daughters that were born in that land. They have their own organization too. Whether a female child is born in a particular family and is married to maybe London, that female child is still an Ada in that family. That's what we call Umuada. And this Umuada still have a say in what is happening in their homeland where they came out from. They have the organization, they come back for meeting. Due to those days, maybe people don't usually marry very far because of cost of transportation, or people were not exposed then. So now these Umuadas can still come to their village and deliberate on what is happening. So when the white man came, he saw all this system of government that have been set up by Igbo. Among the men, they still have the age grade. Your own age grade that you can report matters to. These are the people that can look into matters. Then among the men also, they still have the people like Ndinze and Ndiozo. These are other kinds of societies that these people are the ones who also have a say in the community. You don't boycott them to do some things. So when the white man saw this well-organized set of people, that these people, even before meeting the white man, they have already developed their mindset. Their thinking is quite different. Their way of life, their culture, they have already seen civilization. White man met the Igbo man civilized already. You people don't know that. Before the white man met the Igbo man had already been civilized. The way he does his things, like how they rate their billionaires, they check your band, they know how many tubers of yam you have. The Igbo man had already known civilization, even some part of technology. It's just that as of today, everything is now attributed to the white man. The match is that even in the Iron Age, the Igbo man was still using light, sparking. In the Stone Age, all these things happen. Some people don't know the reason Igbo is called Igbo today. There is a brass pot that was found in Igbo, aging very back, and when the archaeologists tested this brass pot, it aged very, very back. It shows that the Igbo man has been in existence a long time ago. And white man said, okay, now this kind of people are not the kind of people we'll be able to control. He gave all the powers to the Yorubas. He found out that the best way to make things work for him, because he knows that if Igbo man is set alone, that the white man is up for eviction anytime soon. Because Igbo man understands service. When I serve you, you settle me, and I become on my own. That's what the Igbo man believes. Even if you see this our boy tradition, a man can come in a family and carry their son. And that boy he carried will serve him maybe for like 6 years or 8 years or 7 years. And after this boy must have served him, he will settle this boy, and this boy will start his own life, start his own business. That is how the Igbo man operates. And when the white man, who also have a foresight to see ahead of time, saw this kind of mentality in the Igbo man, he knows that this kind of people are not the kind of people he can play with. It's just like meeting your match in a game. It means that when you are coming again, you will tread with caution. When the white man came, he met his match. You know that Igbo man is a fast thinker, a fast man to learn. He decided to tread with caution. He brought what is called amalgamation. He amalgamated, that's joining the three parts, the western, the eastern, and the northern. He joined these three people together, the western region, the eastern region, and the northern region together. He brought them together, he amalgamated them, so that these people can coexist as one people. Of course, you know that these people have different culture, different mentality, different way of life. And the white man who wants to be in control, he knew that the only way he could be in control is by joining these two people together, because they do what is called divide and conquer. For these people, these colonial masters, for them to conquer you, for them to take over, first of all, they have to divide you. And once they are able to divide you, they will conquer you. That was the introduction of the paramount chief. And when they found a loophole of some Igbo who were thirsty for power, and these people were not even the well-known people in the community, they made them the paramount chiefs. They knew that these are the people who could obey us, who understand us, who can take action on our order. And these were the people who the white man made the paramount chief. And that was where they introduced what is called the courtman. You know, some people call it courtman, but that thing is courtman. Those people that work for the white man took over because he had the barrel. He had the stainless barrel of gun that could scare 1,000 men away. When the Igbo man saw that weapon, it's not that the Igbo hadn't theirs already, but it was just that the white man's own was very sophisticated. Things like the double barrel, the pump action, then the Igbo were still doing with the Intuebo and the rest of them. Now, all right, I'm sorry for that long exposition. Of course, these people need to know what they are battling with, because the Igbo are not the people you can choose just like that. Of course, you know that immediately after the Biafra Nigeria Civil War, 1967 to 1970, the Igbo were given $20. Even the former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, was a young man then. He was part of the military. Victor Banjo Gowon, who was the former head of state then. I think Obasanjo was the general in the army then when all these things happened. There were a lot of them. Even Buhari was also a general in the army then when all these things took place. So the history are not far-fetched from us. It is down there under our nose, and everybody can see. As I was talking to you now, one information dropped from my table. They say Abaribe on Biafra agitation. Simon Ekpa said he is just a content creator. All right. This is a trending info. You have to listen to this one. Some of you who used to want to beef me, some people say, hey, I'm not saying the right thing. Some people say I'm not in track. I'm saying it as I see it. If you have to listen, you have to listen to the end and open your mouth to the truth. You'll be able to grab the info and also other things behind it. Enyina Abaribe, the senator representing Abia South, has claimed that Simon Ekpa, Simon Ekpa has already said that he's not the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. But according to the news, they said Abaribe claims that Simon Ekpa, the proclaimed leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, labeled his agitation as content creation. Ekpa was arrested last week in Finland and subsequently sent to prison by the district court of Pejahem for spreading terrorist propaganda on social media. Abaribe said Ekpa's arrest was a welcome development, adding that the decision is admitted that his actions were staged. The senator made the claim on Monday while speaking on Politics Today, a channel's television program. What it does is that it will tell those people that at home who are purveyors of violence, who have been instigated by Simon Ekpa, to now know that he actually said he is a content creator. He said the Kebu could not immediately verify the claim. Abaribe added that Ekpa's actions were anti-technical to what Igbo stand for. He said terrorists have leveraged the agitation to perpetrate violence crimes in the southeast. And what has happened is that a legitimate quest by the IPOB seeking a non-violent referendum was turned by all these kidnappers because they have found a key. Because to leverage Igbo people, when you say Biafra, you must be doing the right thing, the senator said to average Igbo person when you say Biafra, you must be doing the right thing. That's an ideology and cannot die. I continue. Abaribe said, whatever they say they are doing in the Southeast is not supported by anybody in the Southeast. All you have is a band of criminals. Also, our security agencies find it difficult to discern between a criminal and somebody who is saying he is doing agitation. So, every little thing that happens, they will say it's IPOB. According to the lawmaker, violence in the region can only be brought to an end when Nnamdi Kanu, the detained IPOB leader, is released. Aberibe said many of those perpetrating violence with Kanu's name would not have any reason to continue when he is released. He said Nigeria authorities have been demanding the extradition of Ekpa, a dual citizen of Finland and Nigeria, for prosecution. Lastly, the Nigerian government are demanding to extradite Ekpa from Finland to Nigeria. Of course, you know he's a dual citizen. But some time ago, the Ekpa himself, they are talking about, thought his Nigerian passport. He even burnt the Nigerian flag to say that nothing concerns him and Nigeria. So my question is, someone who denies his citizenship or who denounces his citizenship, does he still have anything with that country? Meanwhile, that question, I want you to drop it on the comment section. But this is where I'll be winding down the curtain for this particular section of this broadcast. And if this is your first time of joining us, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news is dropping, you'll be the first. Thank you for listening. God bless you immensely.